everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying some more Beetles Tipex Instant Apex nail tips. I recently saw a few comments asking for me to try some more of the different styles of the Beetles Tipex nails, and I have tried a few on my channel and you guys seem to really love them, and I love creating content that you guys want to watch and products that you want to see me try. So that's exactly what I'm going to be trying in today's video, some more Beetles Tipex Instant Apex full cover nails. I really love the Beetles Instant Apex product line. As you guys may know, it is a full cover nail tip that is a sculpted acrylic nail. So it looks like a sculpted acrylic nail tip, like you used acrylic to sculpt your nail. But in reality, you just took a full cover nail tip and applied it using some gel, making it super easy and very beginner friendly, and also saving a lot of time. I do have a lot of the Beetles Tipex Instant Apex nails listed in my Amazon storefront under Beetles favorites. But for today, I actually have the brown half matte coffin long sculpted acrylic tips, of course from the brand Beetles. They did send these over to me, and they are pre-colored and have a pre-French tip design. Plus, they are also part of their Tipex Instant Apex line. I am so very excited to try these. This is not a nail kit. This is just the sculpted acrylic full cover nail tips. We do get a total of 480 pieces and 12 sizes in here. I will also be using the Beetles solid nail tip gel to apply these, just because that's how I find it easiest to apply the Beetles Tipex Instant Apex, and I'm pretty positive that you can buy that glue gel separately, like from the nail tips, or you can also get it in a kit, because they also do offer kits. So I will have this linked down below in the description box under Beetles favorites on my Amazon storefront, and then also take a look at the other nail tips they do offer, because if pre-French tips, pre-coloring are not your thing, they do also have clear. I know I have tried their almond shape, and I believe their coffin. I also do have a stiletto nail kit that I will be doing in an upcoming video. I have some square full cover nail tips, so those will definitely be coming out very soon. But I was super excited for these just because I feel like the pre-coloring and the French tip design nails, they're super popular, especially for beginners, because you have the full cover nail tip, you apply it using gel, and then you're able to just apply your top coat and you're good to go, or even add on a quick nail design. Something else I do quickly want to mention, because I actually saw on the Beetles Instagram page where they were showing their pre-colored French tip full cover nail tips that are intended to be applied using gel. They were showing the process of them applying them using gel, and a lot of people were still so confused as to why they were applying them using gel. But because the nail tips are intended to be applied using gel, they are not fully opaque. The light will still be able to reach through the pre-coloring on the nail tip, because that's how it's made. It's made to be slightly transparent still for the light to be able to reach through and cure that gel. So even though these nail tips are going to be pre-colored and have a pre-designed French tip, they still are intended to be applied using gel. So I will be using gel to apply them today, and I've never had any issues when it comes to applying like pre-coloring nail tips, if they are of course intended to be applied using gel. I always like to kind of mention that in my videos, because I know a trend did go around where people were taking just your basic press-on nails and applying them using gel, and they weren't actually necessarily intended to be applied using gel. They were intended to be applied using like the sticky tabs or the nail air dry glue. So that's where people were running into the problem and creating an allergy for themselves, because it is something very important. If your nail tips aren't intended to be applied using gel, you shouldn't be using gel, because you can create an allergy, and we don't want that uncured gel sitting on our skin or on our nail beds. That can be very, very, very bad. So just be sure that the nail tips you are applying, if you're using gel, be sure they are intended to be applied using gel, and you're just following the instructions and doing the proper intended curing times. So now I want to, of course, open these up. We'll take a closer look at them, and then we will jump right into applying them. So here is just a quick look at the box. Now that I have my other camera pulled up, we can see Beetles, Tipex, Instant Apex, and then they are the brown style. I wonder if they have different pre-coloring, like possibly a lighter color, maybe a pink, but they did send me the brown, and then these are also half matte, and they are long coffin. They're sculpted acrylic tips, 480 pieces and 12 sizes. As we take a look at the back of the box, it does show the directions, and you can read here on the directions that it does show that the nail tips are intended to be applied using glue gel, and we are supposed to cure these nails. So if you are following the directions step by step, you should not have any issues with the gel being uncured, just because these nail tips are made to be used with gel. We also do have the warning and also the storage. Like I mentioned, this is just a pack of nail tips. They also do have kits available too that include, I think like generally they'll include the glue gel and then also a little mini nail lamp, but these are just the nail tips. So inside the box, opening it up, there are a total of 4 packs of nail tips. So these are identical. I'm just gonna go ahead and open one up so we can take a closer look. The packaging is not my favorite, but at the same time, I do really love that the nail tips are at least on these little like pieces, these little strips, just because it does make sizing out the nail tips a lot easier. And honestly, having them in these little baggies, it isn't going to be super difficult to store them. So I guess it truly isn't that bad. So here are what the nails are looking like. They are looking so beautiful. I'm also really loving the nail bed color. It looks a little bit darker when they're all stacked up, but like this, it's a little bit lighter just having the single nail strip. These are so perfect. Oh my goodness. Just the shape is very perfect. The smile line, the nail bed color, I am blown away with these nail tips. Also, just like feeling these, the quality is also there, which is really nice. So on the top side, we do have a pre-matted surface, which is really nice because we won't actually be able to buff the surface of these nails. You can clean up around the cuticle area just because the pre-coloring is all the way through on the nail tips, but the French tip, it is not all the way through. It is only on the top side. So if you file over or buff over the surface of the French tip, you will actually remove that. So just something to keep in mind. So having it pre-matte already is really nice. That way we don't even need to pick up a buffer or worry about buffing the surface before going in with our strengthening gel or our top coat. As for the underside, they do have the pre-etched underside, or as they call it, half matte. So you can see that there on the underside. And that is just like the pre-etching that will allow the nail tip to adhere better to your natural nail. Some people do that step, some people completely skip it, but these nails do already come pre-etched, so that is really nice. I do just want to pull one of these off here just so we can take a closer look at the actual apex and the quality. Just feeling this nail tip alone, I can tell that it is a great material. It is great quality, and it has a lot of strength to it. So near the cuticle area, we have a thinner cuticle, which is exactly what we want. I talk about this all the time. Having that thin cuticle area, when we go to actually apply that nail tip, we're going to get a very seamless and flawless transition, and it's just going to seal in very nicely around our natural nail cuticle. So that is really nice. It isn't super flexible just because these nail tips are very strong, but it is really thinned out, and also having the sculpted look, it's just going to give us that same flawless transition and just a sealed in cuticle look. As for the free edge isn't super thick. It does have some thickness to it, especially compared to the cuticle area, but it is definitely strong. I cannot bend the free edge of this nail tip, or really any part of this nail tip. I can really only slightly just bend the cuticle area, just the slightest bit, but everywhere else this nail tip is strong. I cannot bend it in half. Like, this is a strong, good quality nail tip. The smile line is also very nice. As you can see, we have the pre-coloring and then the pre-made French tip. This is just a overall very beautiful nail tip. The length and shape is also very, very nice. Now, I don't know if they offer the pre-coloring French tips in different lengths or shapes. That would be really nice, but generally it always does seem to be the long coffin for some reason, which I do not know why. I don't understand it. But these are really nice. And then also having that Tipex, like the instant apex, these are beautifully sculpted. It's a little difficult for me to show now, just like holding the nail tip at the side profile, but once I actually have these applied, you guys will be able to see it a lot better. So these are so beautiful. They will definitely be linked down below in the description box in case you guys do want to pick them up for yourselves. But I am now ready to actually get these applied, and then I will also be doing a quick little nail art design. I won't be just leaving these as French tip. I'm thinking about some Valentine's Day cow print. I think that would be super fun. I am going to skip over natural nail prep today just because I did do it in a super recent video, which I will have that video linked up in the cards. That way you guys can check out that video and check out my natural nail prep step by step. It is a really quick and easy process and beginner friendly, but I'm just going to skip over it in today's videos to give my natural nails a little bit of a break. So I'm going to go ahead, apply my peel off base coat off camera, and then we'll come back, get these nail tips sized out and get them applied. So because a few of you may ask, for my peel off base coat, I use a DIY peel off base coat, which is just only 2 products, cuticle oil and top coat. I apply cuticle oil to my natural nails. I rub that in really good, and then I apply a coat of top coat and cure that. I do have a full complete video on that DIY peel off base coat, so I definitely recommend checking that out. But now that my peel off base coat is applied, I'm ready to get these nail tips sized out. Like I always say, when it comes to sizing, just be sure that the nail tip is fitting from sidewall to sidewall. Another crucial, important thing, if you are ever in between sizes, always be sure to size up, never size down. If the nail tip is too small and you did your natural nail prep, but the nail tip is just too small, you are going to struggle with your nails popping off. So if you're ever in between sizes, always just size up, and don't ever forget that nail tips are always fully customizable. So if they do not fit you properly, or if you just want to make it be a better or perfect fit, you can always take a hand file and customize your nail tips. These nail tips are fitting me really nicely. I do not need to do any customizing. Sometimes I do though, and that's completely fine. It just takes a few extra minutes to be able to customize and just have a better ending result, and also having your nails last longer, of course, if you are going to be getting the longevity and the longest wear out of them. But these are so stunning. I cannot wait to have these on. These are just really good quality. They're really nicely made, and I'm loving the length. And also just look at that beautiful French. French is a hard nail design to do, so having pre-French nails is always super nice. I do have my flash cure light here, which I will have set off to the side to be able to do my flash cures. In between applying all of these nails, I will be doing a flash cure. But once I do have them all applied, I will be sure to do a full cure in a full powered nail lamp. That is very, very important. When doing your flash cures, it is just a flash cure and intended to just hold that nail tip in place, but then you will also want to do a full cure in a full powered nail lamp. I will, like I mentioned, be using the Beetles nail glue gel. This is just their glue gel in a bottle here, and it does have a very nice precision point. I like using this for the Instant Apex nails just because sometimes I do have the slightest little gap in between my natural nail and the full cover nail tip, and using a solid glue gel just really helps to fill in those spaces and make sure that I do not have any gaps, just because it is a little bit of a thicker product compared to a glue gel in a bottle. So now let's go ahead and add the gel to the full cover nail tips. You can see here that pre-etching, that's almost like a little cheat sheet of where your natural nail is going to be. Now, of course, it's a little bit longer most of the times, but it is a little cheat sheet. So I like to follow that and just add little strips of the glue gel into that full cover nail tip. Just like that, with the precision point, it makes it really easy. I will then always turn on my flash cure light just for easy access. And then I will start at the cuticle area and slowly lower the nail tip until the gel has reached the free edge of my natural nail. Once the gel has reached the free edge and I am sure there are no bubbles, I will just hold that nail tip in place and hold it under the flash cure light. Because these nail tips are not fully opaque, they do have a transparent look, like the color is still transparent enough to be able to see through the nail tip. You can actually see through with your eye and see the gel. So you would be able to see when the gel reaches the free edge of your natural nail. You will also be able to see if there are any bubbles, which then leads for the light to also be able to see through and fully cure the gel. Now, obviously not in the flash cure, but once I do my full cure, everything will be fully cured. I also just want to mention that because these are pre-colored, I will do a little bit of a longer flash cure for each of the nails versus if I were to be applying like clear nail tips, just because the light, even though it does reach through, it still just takes a little bit longer to be able to reach through and fully cure that gel. So for my flash cures, I'll do a little bit of a longer cure time. I'll repeat the process to all of the nails, and then after I have them all applied, I will go in and do my full cure in my full powered large nail lamp. I definitely recommend trying out these products from Beetles, especially if you are a beginner. They have a lot of beginner-friendly products, easy-to-use products, to where you can be able to do professional salon-quality nails at home by saving money, purchasing your items from Amazon, and also having it be super easy and convenient. This nail glue gel is a great product, great consistency, it's easy to use, and also having these sculpted full cover nail tips, they are so nice. They're really good quality. They are also pre-colored and have that pre-French tip design, making it super easy and very flawless in the end to have a beautiful French nail set. So here are the nails after I have them all applied and I did my full cure. This was really quick and easy and I am just amazed with the result. These are looking so beautiful. I do want to do a little bit of filing just because the free edge, I want to be sure to straighten that out and crisp that up just because they were on that nail strip. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I may also just take my file just gently around the cuticle too, just in case I do have any spillage on the very tops of the nail, but I will not be buffing over the surface or filing over the surface of the French tip because I do not want to remove that pre-French design. And here are the nails. I do want to give a quick side profile. Look at that beautiful sculpted look. Oh my goodness. These are so nice. They're so flush and seamless around the cuticle, and then they come up into that sculpted and beautiful apex. If you are a fan of sculpted nails, these really aren't even sculpted like to the max. I feel like they're just the perfect amount of sculpt and like structure look to them versus something that's very flat. I really don't like super flat nail tips. I also don't like something that is like super sculpted, but with these, I really love them. I think they are beautiful looking nail tips, and I think the sculpted look is just absolutely perfect. And honestly, would you guys even believe that these were just full cover nail tips applied using gel? Like, it is so hard to tell. This looks like a very beautiful sculpted acrylic nail set, and they're actually just full cover nail tips. You could completely fool anybody, and it's also a lot easier and saves a lot of time to just do it this way. So I have decided that I am going to do a little bit of a Valentine's Day cow print nail set. I say Valentine's Day just because I'm going to, like, in the cow print, I'm also going to throw in a few little hearts. So I'm going to be using a black gel to do your basic cow print, but then in a mix all that, I will also be doing a few little black hearts just to kind of tie in and almost make some Valentine's Day cows. So I will be doing that only on the white part of the nails, the French tip part, using a black gel and a dotting tool. Also a liner brush for the hearts, just to be able to do the little hearts, but I'm going to keep it very basic and simple. Cow print was actually one of those very first nail art designs that I ever did, and when I did it, I was like so proud of myself. I can still remember the nail set that I did. I was just so proud of myself because I was like, oh my goodness, this looks so good, but it was so easy to do because really all you need is a dotting tool, and you're able to just make little blobs on the nail, and with the different sizes and the different shapes and everything, it will all come together and it will look like a cow nail set. I haven't done one in a while, and I thought it would be super cute to add in like the little black hearts just to give it a little bit of a Valentine's Day theme. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that to all of the nails, and then I will cure. So here are how the nails turned out. Very beautiful and very simple. I did only do just one heart on each of the nails just to keep it basic and still more or less cow print instead of hearts. And I think that just turned out the cutest. I really love these so much. To give a little bit more of like that Valentine's Day vibe, I am going to take this very beautiful holographic pink purplish glitter gel, and I'm just going to go along the smile line of the French tips and just like kind of outline or trace that on all of the nails just to add a little pop of color, and then I will also go ahead and cure that. I really love that extra detail that added to the nails. It just really makes them pop a little bit more. So I'm now going to go in with my top coat. I'm going to go directly in with a top coat, but I will say I do recommend going in with a builder gel or a strengthening gel first before your top coat, applying that to all of the nails and then curing and then applying your top coat. The reason I say that is just because, number one, we did do nail art, and if you're going to be wearing your nails for long term, it always is best to seal in any nail art you do, but also because the pre-French tip design on these nails, so you also want to seal that in. I'm not going to be wearing these nails, so I am going to skip that step, but definitely keep that in mind. I would recommend a strengthening gel first, apply that to the nails, cure, and then go in with your top coat. I'm going to just go in with my top coat and then go ahead and cure that. After I do have my top coat applied, I also think I'm going to add a little heart gem to the cuticle area of all of the nails, and I will just apply that using a rhinestone gel once the top coat is cured. So here are the nails. I applied the top coat. I also added on a super cute little heart rhinestone, and then I did do my thumbnail off camera. I am now going to go in with my cuticle oil. I'm going to apply that to my cuticles, rub that in to nourish them, and of course, like I always say, top off the nail set. And here is the finished look of how these nails turned out. I think these turned out super cute. I am so happy with the ending result. And I think it was a really good idea to take the cow print and just add in the black hearts, because I feel like if you are not a huge fan of Valentine's Day nail sets, but you kind of just want to have a little something, the hearts are almost hidden. You really have to look at the nails to be able to see the hearts throughout the other little like blobs that make the cow print. So I think this is really cute. And then also the little pop of pink onto the nail set. Very, very cute. Also, I'm just loving the French tip and the pre-coloring of these nails. Also, just the beautiful sculpted look of these nails, also really, really nice. I had so much fun with this nail set. It was also a very beginner-friendly, quick and easy nail set to do. I will be leaving the links to the products that I did use down below in the description box in case you guys do want to pick anything up for yourselves. I really hope you all did enjoy today's video, but as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.